It is just that I personally do not like to, touch altcoins. Can you guys confirm if you can see my screen? Um, it seems fine to me. If you can confirm me, then we can start the update. Um, Adura or Sash. What's up, Sash? How you doing, man? Happy Thursday. Um, yeah, thank you. So, well, we have a situation on the Bitcoin. So, if you guys have been joining my update from the start, I believe the Sash is joining my stream from the start. So he would remember that we actually had like I was like so intrigued about this level, which was this daily FVG, and which was around the 98k level, 96k level. There was this NPOC as well. I believe Soul also talking about this level, exact level as well, because this is like a huge level. Because if we fill up this level, then you are looking at yourself somewhere around 100k very easily. The 100k would come like very easily if you fill 98k. The real flip that we need for all time high is basically 107k. So if we flip the 107k, the all time high is like pretty simple. And it's not even like a really advanced level of technical. It is a basic and simple price action. I like to trade simple price action. So this would be your case scenario if we basically just flip the 108k. um so that is something you really need to keep in mind. Keep your alerts at 107k, because I think once we flip this, the road to the all-time highs is really easy. So that is one thing you need to keep in mind. Now, what about this price action? Okay, what are we gonna do next from here? That's the main question. For me personally, if you guys have been like, if you guys follow me on my channel, you would see that I posted this chart. Basically, it was accumulation, manipulation, and it was distribution. So that is basically a concept which people trade, that usually the price does accumulation, and that it does manipulation, and then it distributes to, like, it continues the original move it was supposed to do, but it does this manipulation to trap the other side of the traders. In this case, it is bulls. So that is something you really need to keep in mind, because, and this box basically extend to this. If we start to do like something like this, flip this NPOC, start to trade something like this, create a range, then I can disagree that now we this have been validated. But right now, if you ask me, what I think is that it is a pretty simple. I just see this on a chart. Plus, keep in mind, for manipulation, it is a must that we sweep the higher time frame liquidity. And here we have this FVG, daily FVG coming here as well. So for me, this is like a clean cut saying that I just find this really bearish. I know a lot of you guys are bullish looking at this structure shift, that we had first break of structure here, then second break of structure here. I agree with you, but you need to keep in mind that if you compare this price action we have with this price action, you will see a lot of different differentiation, because here we swept the lows. Do you see? We swept the lows. We were going up by sweeping all the lows. All of this liquidity was by this dump. But if I come here, that's not what we see. See, this is like a really similar price action. See, we have this, we have this here. But what's the difference? That we came down and we swept all this liquidity. But in here, we never came down and we never swept this. That is a really important part that you need to understand, which like strengthens the case for me that we are just in a manipulation. Price will continue to go down. Again, keep in mind, I'm not a bear, okay? I'm not a bear. I'm just technical analyst. I do what I see on the chart, okay? I don't care about being bull and the being bear, because I will make money anyway. But I'm just telling you what I see on the chart, and I don't see good things on the chart. And you can already see the similarities. I don't even need to show you. Similar, really exact similar price action, but we never swept the lows. Trust me, pump like this is never healthy when we are going just straight up without sweeping the lows, because Bitcoin needs to grab the liquidity to go up. The price never goes up in a straight line. It comes down to sweep the liquidity, and we are not doing that. We are not sweeping the lows. Even this, when we had a pump, we went up without sweeping any of the lows. This low was unswept. This low was unswept. This low was unswept. This low was unswept. So we just went up without sweeping all these lows. Do you really think that it will be just that easy. That this was a huge 90K retest. Do we really think that it was just this easy, that price just do a break of structure, then a retest to the 96K easy long, oh now we will go to the 100K? I just don't think so. I think this is all manipulation, leaving lows like these. And again, I can show you one more fractal, but it would be like an advanced version for you to understand. Like you may not understand, but if you want, I can like show you, but it will just strengthen my case that why do I think it is a manipulation. But overall, that is my overall idea, is the invalidation for this is 100K with a daily closing, and or a 107K with a daily closing. Ideally I want to see something like this, more capitulation, more choppiness. So once I have this, I will accept that okay, this many my thesis was wrong. But right now I think that we are just gonna go down, and that's why I'm personally looking to short. What I'm looking at is Bitcoin. Is I'm personally, I have not shared in the early light because I'm shifting my focus from giving trades, giving signals, to the updates and analysis, because I want you to guys to do your own execution so you guys can make money. I saw Sash doing like using the EMAs, SMAs. I really love when you guys do that. I really love when you guys learn from the analyst and use that to like influence your trading. So that is basically what I'm expecting on the Bitcoin. You can have this big stop loss. I would like to go it with the with a less wider stop loss, and I will target this. That would be my setup for the Bitcoin. Of course, we can go up, but I would still be looking to short, as long as my idea of this accumulation, manipulation, that distribution does not get invalidated. I am like bearish. But of course, if I get lower frame opportunities, like let's say if we now do a retest of this daily level, I would be happy to long this, because why not, right? I mean, if I draw the anchored VWAP, I believe the anchored VWAP comes here. No, not here. But there are other confluences. Like if I draw Fibonacci from low to the high, you can see we have a equilibrium here, and I can probably find other confluences, but the major confluences you have is a daily FEG. I do not think so. There is a better confluence than that, right? We have a 4-hour FEG around this level as well, and overall just a daily level. Like if I go on a daily time frame, let it load. Yeah. So this was like a major resistance, right? So this would be a retest of this resistance. So if we hold this, then it's most likely we are going to continue. But I do not think that we are gonna. I would love to long this, but I just do not have great feelings about the Bitcoin. So I would be keeping in some eye on something like this. For the Bitcoin, we can target this. We can target these lows, these equal relative lows, which of course also needs to be swept. So yeah, I think this is something like we can look to play out. You can of course DCA your way up to, but my case is bearish. Even though the structure is bullish, we are breaking out of our choppy range. Leaving lows like these is never healthy. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care even if we go 100K from here and like do a wick to the 100K and we sweep this 102K NPOC. If we are leaving lows like these, and if I see a structure like this, I'm gonna call a AMD. This looks like a killer AMD. I don't know. That's why I wanted a dump. I wanted a sweep of this. So then this would have been like this. See, this would have been a bullish case scenario if we had swept this. That's why I had my limit somewhere around here as well. But we never did that. But we are doing something opposite, and that's never healthy. Leaving lows like these, playing out AMD, never healthy. That would be the trade idea I would be looking at. I hope this makes sense. I know this is a daily time frame analysis. I can go on a lower time frame, but as I said, for me, the shorts are at the current market price. It, you need to observe the lower time frame, and when I say lower time frame, um, I'm talking about like I need to go on a 15-minute time frame. I see similar idea from trader and SL101. Yeah, 88K, 89K short. SL101. Yeah, I mean, this is clear too. I mean, I'm not making shit up. I'm telling you what I see on the chart. I'm giving you references of previous price section, and it is just completely showing you that things are not looking good. Now, if we talk about this on a lower time frame, what do I want to see? I don't like my chart messy, so let me just remove this. My internet is actually really slow today. I'm not really sure what is the reason. I soon will be doing shifting, so inshallah I will be changing my services as well. Oh, I see we couple of peeps joined us, JV, Deep DMG, and Hezbollah. So I know this guy Hezbollah. I have seen him joining my streams many times. How you doing, man? Interesting, interesting. So if right now, if I see this, this is, I won't say this is like this is not weakness, but this is not strength at the same time. If I show you this right now, this is looking bullish, but I have been observing this from like yesterday, and see this is looks like a really bad shit to me. We have been doing constant sellings, but right now we are seeing some buyings coming in. You can see this is like really good. The most of the sells have been coming from perps have been sidelined, and spots are buying from like almost from last couple of hours, which is a good sign, which is a really good sign. This means that we can pump. So but yesterday when I was like look saying you that I want a short, I was observing this price action. Do you see all these reds? I was observing this. But right now the order flow is delta spot is looking good. Binance are buying, but I don't like how Coinbase are not buying in big quantities, but majority is Binance leading. And one thing I have been noticing that I don't know why, but Bybit is BitMEX is selling high. They've been selling just non-stop. This big ass wake on a BitMEX. So I don't know what they are even trying to do, honestly. But yeah. Anyways, so this price action, if I observe, we have something like this going on. This is like a never healthy thing that if we what I'm like if I, what will be a weakness for me, that would be simply my trigger is a structure break of this. Now this is not necessarily a break of a structure, but it is a sign of weakness. Now what do I mean by this? Let's say if a price action is doing something like this, it's making higher highs, but then it does something like this is usually a sign of weakness. Now if we get continuation, if we get more structure or shift, that would be your moreover a larger entry trigger. But once we do something like this, that we stop making highs, and then we just make relative equal highs, or just make relative equal highs or equal highs, that is your sign of the weakness. I'm that's a price action, by the way. I utilize price action a lot on my strategies. So for me, I never got this trigger. That's why I closed. I took some profits here as well on my short, which was up like $3,000 on Hyro. I hope I get some payout from there. But yeah, so this you see that we did a SFP, not exactly SFP because we don't have a confirmation, but moreover that we got never got a closing of this low. So if we don't get a closing, we are still bullish, and as long as we hold this 95 700 support, or you can say 95 500 support, we are good. But if once we break this, then things can get bearish, and we can go retest the daily level, which is of course a good long opportunity. And if we lose the daily level, I don't need to tell you what's going to happen. We do not want to lose the daily level. I'm going to tell you. I'm already telling you. You can record this forever, but if we lose the daily level, things will get really bearish for for Bitcoin. So that is currently, yeah, that's what I see on the Bitcoin. Right now the 1 hour time frame just looks decent. We are in a short POI. That's something you guys really need to understand. And we're not just in a, what I don't like is that we are not just in a, we are not, we need to fill up this. Like if you want me to talk about the bullish scenario, I would just love to see a fill up of this, but I just don't see how are we gonna do that. It just we never swept any liquidity from below, so we don't have that fuel to just send it higher. I just don't see it, but rather I see it that this is just a manipulation and we will go down. But yeah, let's see what happens. Arlik, what's up, man? How's it going? But don't ask me how's it going. I just had like 1:30, almost 2 hours of listening about the indicator. So then tell me how's it going. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on this? Bitcoin short. Yeah, I'm also looking at the short. I'm also personally in a short, but I think if we go this higher, like I think we will then just if we go this high, then it's most likely then we are gonna make another high. So I just don't see why it needs to go this high. Maybe we can like go and sweep this because we never swept this that high, and we can go sweep this and then go lower. But again, I think if we want to dump, then we should dump it right away. Or you can basically just wait for this low. do you see this low? I believe you can see this. So this low, we need a closing 1 hour or 30-minute closing below that. That would be your like confirmation that okay, now we can, our stop loss can go above this wick. Yeah. Indicator gang sweep. Indicator gang sweep first. No sweep. Yeah, that's. I I would love to see a sweep of these highs. I don't like this. I really like this because we made a wick and then price went up to trap the longs. So like bulls were like, oh, this was just a retest and now we are going up. This was a retest, now we are going up, and now they are like trapped. And then we had a huge bearish move. We did not see something similar here. We never swept this high, which I don't like. I would like to see a sweep of this, and then we do a structure break, and then I would make an entry stop loss here, and then we can target here. That's another thing, Arlik, I don't like about the market and that like shorts right now. And I would say to everyone that the R from here is not really great. Like let's say if I try this, you can see it is like a 1.68 R, which is not, you don't want to risk such risky shorts, especially when the price action is bullish. You don't want to risk it for 1.68 R. Even the swings are not great R here, which I don't like. That's why I'm being cautious with the shorts. Otherwise, I would have been gambling on the shorts right now, honestly. I don't like the R on the shorts. But yeah, that is overall in the Bitcoin. I mean, I would love to see a break of this, and we can talk more about it. The daily level should not be broken, and that's it for the Bitcoin. And overall, my feelings on the Bitcoin is still bearish. That is my. I hope you understand. That is my overall idea for the Bitcoin. We can extend this box to this. We can go to the 100K to like trap the bulls more. But overall, that is what my theses are, and I believe that we will go down and even go lower than the 76K. That is just a rookie target. I think we will go to the 70K, 65K potentially. So that's it for the Ethereum. We can talk about the Solana because I was seeing something good things happening on the Solana, but then again, it's starting to shit again, and it was pretty expected. Like people were getting so bullish on this breakout, and like oh, Solana is gonna like gonna go to the $100, but come on, man, we got this big imbalance sitting here. You need to flip this. Then you got this big resistance here, so right now I would like to see Solana do something like what I want to see is a big candle on Solana, and which is break of a structure and big candle like this on Solana. Then I will look to make an entry on a retest of 150. But right now, nah. If you're thinking that Solana is going to 100 $200 or $150 with price action, this little candles, that's not gonna happen. You need a big candle, like we had on XMR. So you need, or at least big Bitcoin maybe, but this is not a breakout. You can already see that we are rejecting. But yeah, what I would like to see is that let's say if we open a big candle which goes up to like 160, then I would be looking to make an entry on a retest of 150, and then we can do something like this because then we will make this if FVG as inverse FVG. So yeah, but right now I would honestly short this, to be honest. I don't like this. I think we also did a SFP on a daily. Oh yeah, that looks bad. That's bad. You can see we have done an SFP on a daily as well. I'm pretty sure there are a lot of long traps here as well. I saw a lot of people longing Solana. I just don't see a reason. I still think that it is performing really bad, and I still think it is just, if you see the bigger picture, this looks really bad. At least you want to see something like this. Do you see this price action that how we consolidated and then we went up? You want to see the proper flip with a big candle, or constant imbalances candles like we had this dump. Do you see that this dump we were creating imbalances? You want something similar. We create imbalances, we go up, then we make a retest, just like how we did it here, and we will make our entry here, and then we will target higher. That's something you want to see. Right now, looking at this price action, I don't see any hope for Solana. And looking at this daily SFP we just did, God bless Solana, man. Yeah, I don't like this imbalance. Just let me observe something and I'll let you know. Give me a second. Yeah, this is like a really important learning thing. If you guys do TA by yourself, have you looked at weekly and daily MAs? Yeah, I will come to the MAs. they have been really interesting to me. If you guys are like analyst by yourself or like do TA by yourself, this is something like a learning curve that I want to tell you. That do you see how we have an imbalance here, which is like resisting Solana to go high. But if you observe the price action when we came to this monthly level, we never like we not it's not like we always had imbalances like these. Like you can see this was swept, so it was like easy for Solana to like reclaim this level and go higher. Same with here, there was no imbalances on daily which was causing the Solana to like not pump. There was, what I'm trying to say is that there were no big resistances. But if we look at the Solana price action now, there are just a lot of resistance, and I don't see how we are going to $200. I just or maybe $150. Oh, sorry, $200, $180. I just don't see. You can see this is like a big resistance. These imbalances. There's just a lot of liquidity, a lot of selling pressure. Same thing on the Bitcoin. Same thing on the Bitcoin. Yeah. Now let's talk about the MAs actually. The Since the Arlic reminded me, I wanted to talk about the MAs as well. This is like a really good indicator, by the way. Was like a indicator from a mentor. So it's basically like you can even adjust this. You can even have 2000 EMA on this, by the way. So that's really good. You can have multiple MAs, multiple EMAs managed on one chart. So you can use this on yourself if you want. So it's good that we reclaimed the 50 EMA. This was like your first bullish sign that okay, we are now turning bullish in quotations mark. If I go on a weekly, boom, 50 EMA retest, and this is not good because if I show you when we did the last time, I hope this loads out, but I don't think so it will because Bybit data is like a really small. I would need to go on a bit stamp. So yeah, the last time we broke the 50 EMA and then we retested it, that's what happened. Bear market. That's what we are doing right now. You want more similarities? I will give you more similarities. You see this imbalance, this price action. Oh, that's so funny. I just noticed that. I didn't even know that. You can see this like a, this is exactly what I'm talking about. That what I'm expecting, and you can see what's happening right now. Is manipulation. Retest of 50 MA. I don't. This is just like, to be honest, really funny to me that how similar this is, and not just that. Not just that. You can see that we had this imbalance, or not even imbalance. It is just that we have this weekly order block, we had this weekly FVG. So there is like higher time frame short area. That's what I'm trying to say. This was a higher time frame short area, which means liquidity. There was liquidity. Now let's say we come here, what do we see? Liquidity. So I'm this how do you want me to be bullish after seeing this? And to be honest, if we are talking about higher time frame now, if you fill up the 90, if you fill up the 100K, the road to the all time high for me, I think it is really simple. Then we should make an all time high. It would not make sense to not make an all time high because I don't see any major resistance except this 108K order block. Other than that, I don't see anything. So, but you can already see this. This is looking really nasty, man. I don't know how people are not seeing this. And you can see this 200 EMA is like beautifully aligning with this. I'm not beer. I'm not like some type of beer or this, but oh, but this is what I have. I don't know. That's what I use. You are using, I guess, different chart. I don't know what is the reason, but that's what I use and that's what it works for me. I can check the daily, but yeah, can use something else indicator. But overall, what if even if you use the different 50 MA, it should be very similar. That's the point I'm trying to make. Don't use EMAs and SMAs on my chart, to be honest. You will never see me using them because my strategy does not revolve around them. But I'm just trying to show you the similarities that how we played out here and down how we have similar price action here. And not just that, we also have similar price action in terms of here. This similar and this is like really similar. So yeah, that's, and I will add more confidences to that. I will add more. You see how we swept the lows here? how we swept the lows here, and we never swept the lows here. We never swept the lows here, and we were just going up without sweeping the lows, and that's basically what we are doing here on lower time frame. Basically, that we swept the low here, but we never swept the lows, and we are just going up without sweeping the lows. So that just adds to more to the confidence and my thesis. I would love to be wrong, but I just don't think so. There is making, I don't, this is not like looking good to me. That's what I'm trying to add. Daily, what do you want me to look at on daily? On daily, we have Philip the 50 EMA actually, and 200 EMA is coming around somewhere this FEG, which is of course not good. Uh, what I like is, what I like is that, let's say if price consolidated around here a bit, then we do a retest. This 50 EMA aligns with, like, our area to look for longs. So that's what I like. So I think that would be a good area to look for longs is 92K, because this is like a entry model. Let's say this is a 50 EMA, and this is a price action rejecting from the 50 EMA. Once we flip this, then this 50 EMA will act as a support, and now you will make your entry here. You can align it with the FEG. You can align it with the FEG, just like how we have FEG here. And or you can also like draw the golden pocket. Like, if I can draw Fibonacci. You can see we have golden pocket here. So that would be your 0.79 level, moreover discount area. So that would be your entry trigger for the Bitcoin 92K. But overall, on the higher time frame, I still remains bearish. Even though we have bullish structure, I just don't like how we are leaving the lows. That would be it for the Bitcoin. Any questions, Sash? Anything specific you want to look? You want me to look at the at daily? But I think that explains, that sums up what I'm looking at Bitcoin, and I don't like what I'm looking at Bitcoin. I hope this makes sense. I'm just using the previous price action. You can even use this. We had a huge accumulation, then we did a manipulation, swept the highs, and then we had a distribution. I'm expecting something really similar here as well. So the EMAs. Yeah, I did check it. I hope that made sense. 92K would be, like, you can see that is the daily level. For me is 93K, and we have a 50 EMA somewhere around this level as well. We have flipped this daily 50 EMA after a really long time, like after 116K. So whenever we retest this 50 EMA, this is like a really good scalp or swing opportunity, because we will always, like, 90% of the time we will see a bounce once we like do a break and do a retest after this such long time. So that is something you want to keep an eye on, this 50 EMA retest, and you can align it with FEGs and etc. That is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, I hope this makes sense. That is it for the Bitcoin and the Solana. Nothing much to add on the Solana, honestly. For the Ethereum, I can really quick look at do a really quick look at. I'm really interested in short areas somewhere around here. 4,000 would be like too much for the Ethereum. I don't think so. It should go that high. I don't see a reason. If we are bearish, then this is the max you are gonna get, and then we will dump. Now looking at this price section. So of course we have this level first of all, which is like, you can already see that how Ethereum is lacking. In terms of, you can see this is like we got this daily level, and we have been rejecting from it, and then again leaving the lows, and this is also a channel resistance as well. Let me just, no, not a channel resistance, but I think this is still this daily level is still good. If we go on a 15-minute time frame, and if we see something like Quasimodo, or talking about, I am already not a fan of what we are doing on 15-minute. So if we see break of structure of something like here, and we do something like this, then that would be our entry trigger, and then we would be targeting the lows. This NPOC, I don't like how we did not sweep all that, man. I'm not a fan of all this, trust me. You would say that I'm being extra bearish on the majors, but I'm just showing you what I see on the chart. I just do not like how we are leaving the lows. Trust me, this all will get retraced. It should get retraced. I don't see a reason to pump higher when we have swept nothing. We don't have that fuel, that liquidity to drive the price higher. That's what I'm trying to say. Hardlick says we're gonna pump, then we're gonna pump. So you gotta listen to Hardlick than me. He's a financial analyst in Wall Street. Yeah, but that's it. I don't like the price action on a high time frame. That's what I'm gonna say. And again, I'm like now gonna reduce the amount of signals I give, and I'm like gonna focus more on. Yep. Thank you guys. Thank you for joining in. Cheers, guys. Have a good day. Bye. Will be replay. Yes, there will be replay. You mean the recording, right? It will be. You can ask. Uh, yeah, there will be a recording. You can ask. It will be in the. It's fine. There will be a recording, a 2 days recording, so it should not be an issue. Cheers, guys. Bye.